A man who never has any trouble expressing himself. Good morning, Glen Kelly.
Hiya, Dale.
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Oh, not too bad for a Wednesday. Easter's just around the corner, as we know. So, a couple of days off will be good.
Well, a couple of days, it'll be fantastic between you and I and the brick wall. I think it's a good time of the year because you need that sense of recovery, don't you?
Oh, you certainly do, Dale. And look, obviously everybody, a lot of families, especially young families, like to get away for those 4 days, which is fair enough. But we do know you got a lot of vehicles on the road, and there's one thing they got to do is and be safe. Think before you leap. Time, give yourself plenty of time, and make it a good weekend. And then obviously driving home, they got to drive home safely and have a good time while they're there.
Sounds good to me. Now, talking about a bloke who's having a good time, you've been busier than a one-legged paper hanger, young man.
Yeah. Look, Dale, the electorate of Morenni, the size of it, you got to do the miles and to be rewarded. And last week we obviously went hard in the north again, and I'm usually in the north every week, but last week we were up there for 4 or 5 or 6 days, whatever it was, and doing so, Mackay had the opportunity to have the National Indigenous Cricket Championships and at Harrop Park. And look, honestly, that was absolutely fantastic. And we were there for the ceremony part of it, for the awards and that on Monday night, I think it was. And, it was great to see some old cricketers there, like Sir Jason Gillespie. Dizzy was his nickname, but he was one of the best fast bowlers Australia ever seen in his period of time. And at Queensland, there was 11 teams. There was 7 men's teams, 4 women's teams, and Queensland pulled off the men's cricket, and the women was won by the Western Australians. And I would have said there would have been nearly 400 people in that room that night. And
wow.
His presentations.
Isn't that good to see, though?
It was amazing. And I think there's a legacy to come there. Obviously, Harrop Park's been recognised. Well, Mackay's been recognised for cricket in the Olympics, which is going to be a huge thing for those guys up there. And to have something like this, you have people from right across Australia enter Mackay like that for 7 or 8 days. It's a really good thing, and it puts Mackay on the map. So looking forward to big things ahead there.
Superb. How's the best community forums going? Because I know you're a lover of the battery system.
Yeah, I think that was Tuesday night. We had a meeting there up at O'Shea's pub there, and for this proposed Plaistow Best, and there would have been over 40 people there. And I think still it's all about an educational thing, but the education's starting to get out about these renewable projects, and there's a place for everything. But such as a battery storage project in and around some of the best prime agricultural land you'll ever see in the valley, and where people live, these are things that I've recognised. It's called the rush. And when you're doing this rush, such as wind, solar, or these projects with the battery storage, a lot of these projects are getting put in the wrong place, and people are starting to recognise that. So,
well, did you hear what happened? I don't know the outcome, I must be honest, but we were talking to the Mayor of Livingstone, Adam Bello, on the show yesterday, and in light of what's coming out about the dirty nickel being mostly used in charging batteries, which is a very bad contaminant for the environment, they're looking at putting any more EV chargers on hold.
Hey, look, why not? I saw that program there the other week, and I was absolutely disgusted. I mean, people have been sold a lie with this green dream. It's a joke, eh? And people are starting to wake up, and something like that, bringing the truth to the table. Look, seriously, these things have to be recognised, and wait and see. But well done to Adam. That's what you call standing up for your community.
Yeah, no, it's very, very good. Now, Easter nearly upon us. You've got a couple of tips for us where to go, what to do over Easter. Become a tour guide instead of member of Parliament. Tell us what's going on.
Oh, look, there's so much to see down this end of the electorate, and I get up to travel into Mount Morgan quite often there now, and look, you've only got to go to the number 7 dam to have a look to see what's going on. It's a hidden waterhole, lad. It is absolutely magnificent. And if the families over the weekend just want to have a bit of a day out, please head to Mount Morgan. It'll really open your eyes. There's so much history there, and don't forget about the Mount Morgan Rail Museum there. There's just things that people don't know about it, but it's only a 20-minute drive from Rockhampton. Go up and visit Mount Morgan. Have a look around.
Amazing little place. And I went into the bakery, which, by the way, has a winner of the 4RO Best Pie Award in the front window from quite a few years ago. But I thought, wow, I remember that. But the interesting thing is they have the best vanilla slices.
Yeah, they do. They do, mate. It's just one of the hidden talents Mount Morgan have. And if people get a chance, slip into the Grand and have a steak there with Kevy and Marie, because I tell you what, they can put out a good steak there. And
I'd love to see Mount Morgan turned into an historical precinct, much as they've done with various places in New South Wales, and they become a bit of a tourist mecca.
Yeah, you're right there, mate. And I mean, go up on the lookout, have a look around.
Yeah,
you've got Heritage Minerals working really well up in there for the old Mount Morgan mine site, which is going to be very good for the future of Mount Morgan. And it's just things like that of putting Mount Morgan back on the map, because it was the richest town in the world once, and she's been forgotten about. So my job is to make sure it's recognised again, you know.
Sounds good to me. Glen, may the Easter Bunny come and visit you, and may he leave Easter eggs, not other brown substances, for you over the break, okay?
Happy Easter, mate, and all the best, eh?
Thank you. Glen Kelly, member for Morani.